Happy 9/11, conspiracy theorists. It is, of course, All Bush's Eve. As Banana Aaron in our chat room said, it is 9/11. Welcome to the pod-awful 9/11 2016 Crashtacular. Never forgive, never forget. These colors don't run and they can't hide. Absolutely nothing can melt steel beams. Before we begin, I just want to have a moment of silence and remembrance for those who did not die on 9/11 because it's all a conspiracy. Okay, let's go bully the government. This is Pod Awful.
Pod Awful sucks.
When you're stuck in the back and you wanna die, Pod Awful makes that worse. Government leaves, they won't let you fly. Pod Awful quench your thirst.
You know what? You're not funny. I want to really kick your ass.
I'm in that ass, bro.
Yeah, it's the 9/11 Crashtacular. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. You can friend me on Facebook, facebook.com/Jesse P.S. Keep in mind, if you're just listening to the audio version of this, you are a sucker. The government got you, the mainstream media. I am all dressed up for the occasion. Happy 9/11. So you're going to want to check out our video version, podawful.com. Sorry, youtube.com/podawful. All right, let me get rid of this stupid hat. Got to get rid of my hat, unfortunately. But I did get all dressed up for the occasion, so go check out the video version of the show. I also wanted to play a little song for you guys at the beginning just to commemorate things. We here at Pod Awful believe in the truth and nothing but the truth, so help us God. So this is a song by Martin Noakes called 9/11 Building 7. 9/11 Building 7. Let's check it out.
There's a million reasons why
Wow.
I don't believe it. There's a million reasons why it can't be true. Open fire, can't melt steel. It's not hot enough. It's nothing new, it's not a mystery. Check out the Reichstag, Germany.
Wow.
There's a million questions still remain unanswered.
That's true. There's a lot of unanswered questions, guys. Start questioning the government. Start questioning the MSM, mainstream media. Start questioning the Jews. Wow. What went down with Building 7? Get it? False flag, it says in the video here. It's a beautiful video. There's the Twin Towers standing strong, standing proud. Absolutely nothing can melt steel beams. Beautiful stuff. You guys ever notice that a lot of these truther guys are foreign? They're not American? A lot of our listeners now are foreigners. There's a lot of Europeans, a lot of Canadians. Have you guys noticed that there's a ton of European truthers? What is your stake in the game? I don't get it. All right, I can't take any more of that. There you go. There's that guy, Martin Noakes, and 9/11 Building 7. And to commemorate 9/11, I do want to go over some beautiful art that I found on the internet as well. And then we're going to talk to a guest. We've got a guest tonight. The man's name is, you might know him. His name's David Weiss. David Weiss. David Weiss. He's one of the hosts of the podcast Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. He also has a website called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. You may have heard him on some other podcasts. He's well known for being a flat earther, a 9/11 truther, a Sandy hooker. And we're going to have him on the show. I wanted to get somebody on that really knew their shit when it came to the 9/11 conspiracy theory, quote unquote. I don't think it's just a theory, like evolution. But before we talk to him, we're going to try to get him on. I'm not sure we're going to get him, but we're going to try to get him on. Before I talk to him, let's look at some of the art that I found around the internet to commemorate the tragic losses on 9/11. Of course, we have here a brony. Here's some brony art. It says, "God bless this day in history when the Twin Towers fell. Let's take a moment of silence to remember all those who died, witnessed, and helped others in the alarm of danger." Okay, weird. "Rainbow Dash salutes on the day of 9/11. You should too, in remembrance on this fateful day in history." And there's Rainbow Dash in front of the Twin Towers. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. Happy 9/11, guys. It's the Crashtacular. Never forgive, never forget. We also have more than one howling wolf person. Here's an MS Paint of a plane crashing into two towering infernos. Doesn't look much like 9/11, considering the buildings are in the middle of an open field, and the sun looks like it's about to swallow the earth whole. But there's that one. Oh, there's our guest. Sorry, that was the wrong image. Here's the other. Here's another wolf person. It says "Never forget," and then it's the two columns of light that you can currently see in New York, in what was the World Trade Center spot. Now here's a great one. I love this one. This is some beautiful work, because it's remembering who this one's remembering is. It's the heroes. It says, "Never forget that day, the day our heroes risked their lives to save the ones in dire trouble. 9/11/01." 15 guys. We're remembering 15 years of a beautiful 9/11 world. We're in a post 9/11 world, and it's a beautiful one. So we've got here a German Shepherd cop dog and a Dalmatian firefighter dog. And it says, "Honor the firefighters and police officers." Some beautiful furries who, furries were there that day too, guys. In case you don't realize it, furries are all around us. And they were also heroes on 9/11. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Furries also were they were first responders. Okay? Here's a great one. It says 2 years and still remembering September 11th, 2001. We will always remember. Now, we got to piece this one together because I can't do it on my own. We've got a call coming in from a listener, Big Al, a.k.a. Alex. What's up, Big Al? Oh, he hung up. Okay, what a bizarre little man. I was giving him the applause and everything, and he hung up. It says 2 years and still remembering. But here's the strangest part of all of this. The strangest part is, so there's a man at a grave, and he's clearly consoling a sad, furry white tiger who has wings and is pregnant as some doves fly overhead. So am I to believe that this is a couple and that they lost some, like, did the tiger lose someone on 9/11? Did when the plane crashed into that field, did it crash into a white-winged tiger? I don't know. And then probably my favorite of all, the furries remember 9/11 here, the favorite one of all. We've got a band of Sonic characters, the most autistic characters of all, Sonic the Hedgehog characters. It says, "Never forget 9/11," and it's a very poorly MS Paint drawn thing where some recolored Sonic characters are standing saluting the American flag with tears in their eyes. For some reason, the date on this says 9/6/06. So I'm not sure if they really understand what the holiday is all about, but it's the spirit that counts. Guys, that is what Pod Awful's 9/11/2016 Crashtacular, Never Forgive, Never Forget, These Colors Don't Run and They Can't Hide, Absolutely Nothing Can Melt Steel Beams is all about. And if you do want to call in at any point during the show and help me remember, maybe you remember where you were that day on 9/11. That's a popular thing for people to remember, where they were. You know what it never is? It's never at the Twin Towers or Pentagon. I remember where I was. But if you want to remember where you were, you can call into the show. 480-38-AWFUL. Skype name, Pod Awful. 480-38-AWFUL. Skype name, Pod Awful. And feel free to call in at any point. We're going to get our guest on the line here. You know what? We should just... Well, all right. Alex is calling again. Let's try it one more time with Alex. Alex, you there?
I am here.
Okay, you stupid idiot. What? Do you remember where you were that day?
Probably in school, but like later than everyone else because I'm of course in Canada.
You're in
Weird
Canada.
time zone in Canada.
Right. Yeah.
It's,
And did you have anything specifically you wanted to remember about 9/11 when you called in?
Well, it was just that you were going through pictures when I first called, and I want to get back to that. I think the people who were most affected by the 9/11, whatever happened, were the furries.
Probably so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they took the harshest hit from that.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but furries are empathic. They're empaths, and so they feel feelings more than the rest of us.
And even more than that, maybe the other can too. We don't know.
Other kin as well. You're absolutely right. Well, thank you for the call, Alex.
Anytime.
All right, and you guys can call in too. But right now, what we're going to do, hold off on your calls for just a second because we're going to call our guest, David Weiss. I've kept him waiting long enough. Let's see if we can't get him on the line. David Weiss is our guest. He's, again, from deepinsidetherabbithole.com. He's in Vegas right now. He told me it might be iffy. We might not be able to get him. That's okay. We got a ton of stuff to cover on this Crashtacular. I mean, we got to get to the bottom of who was behind this. It wasn't an inside job. How were Jews involved? Jews. All that sort of stuff. Dave, you there?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dave Weiss to the show. DeepInsideTheRabbitHole.com, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, the podcast, all that good stuff. Dave, thanks for joining us all the way out in Vegas.
Oh my God. Hey, by the way, I was thinking that it's just a technical issue with my hosting provider GoDaddy, but my site has been down around the world for a couple days, and they don't know why.
I noted. Okay, so I'm so glad you brought that up. Now, I have been to Dave's website a million times. Again, it's deepinsidetherabbithole.com, and I was looking to find out how I could contact you to try to get you on the show. I go to your website, and it's down. A few days before 9/11, and all of a sudden, the man with the info, his website's down. A little strange. What do you think?
At first I was trying not to jump on that conspiracy bandwagon, but
Sure.
when I talk to GoDaddy, they won't put us up to the top management. They're being very elusive about it. We get disconnected. They normally would call you back, but they don't. And it's just not surprising.
See, that's the interesting thing about you. A lot of people go ahead and they just paint you as one of these conspiracy theorists. But what I've realized about you from listening to you talk before is you never jump into these things lightly. You always look at it from every perspective first, and then when things don't make sense, we start digging a little deeper.
That is true. People say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist," and what I want to say to those people isn't very nice,
right?
Because they just believe what they hear without checking.
Right.
It's not a fair fight. They're fighting the truth against lies. Lies are easy. You sit on the couch, eat some GMO potato chips, drink some beer, and listen to the lies, and you're done. The truth takes time, thought, effort, and critical thinking and willingness to lose sleeping friends and family.
Yeah. Lies are easy. Truth is boring.
Yeah.
So why don't we let's give people a quick rundown in case they aren't familiar with you, your work. Let them know who you are, what you do, and why you're pretty well known in this field.
So, I started off with my buddy Tim. We worked together at a company, and we were waking people up in the lunchroom every day talking about the Federal Reserve, talking about 9/11. People's eyes were popping out of their head with the stuff we were saying. Then we started a podcast. It ran for 3 years, and we're on hiatus now.
Yeah. And that's also interesting to me that you guys go on hiatus right before 9/11, which was a little strange.
Yeah, well, I think it just ran its course. We went for 156 episodes, 3 years, once a week without taking a break. And things shift, it ran its course, and now everybody's doing their other thing.
Right.
So yeah, that looks a little conspiracy ridden, but it's not. That's just, if you followed the course of the podcast, you would probably see it coming.
Sure. So, people have heard of you talking about Sandy Hook, the false flags there. They've heard about your this is a kind of a newer one in your repertoire, I think, but the flat Earth.
Yeah. So before we jump down that path, I 9/11 was the first show we did on the Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole podcast was 9/11 is Dave's Baby is what we named the show.
Right.
And we talked about 9/11 in depth and people's heads exploded.
Right.
But over time, other things happened. I wanted to bring up Sandy Hook and I wasn't even allowed to talk about it at first because people were too emotionally attached to the tragedy that supposedly happened at Sandy Hook.
Because there's the idea that children died. Of course, none of them did, but that's what people think.
Right. And people when you put animals and children dying, people just disconnect their logical brains, go into emotional brain thinking, and nothing makes any sense, and then you can't talk about it. But that evolved over time through my persistence to where weekly we had the Sandy Hook Minute.
Right,
which was the segment on the show where I just bring up something else on Sandy Hook, and there's so much going on there. That evolved into the Boston bombing. I forget which one came first. I think Sandy Hook did. So I figured, you know what? Waking people up is hard, but if you can wake them up to 9/11, Sandy Hook, or Boston, all of a sudden they can see. So I started a Facebook page called Exposing the Big Three.
Right.
It just dedicated to Sandy Hook, 9/11, and Boston, and that worked great. During that time, people started posting, hey, check this out, flat Earth, flat Earth. And I, like everyone else, said that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds laughable at first.
It is laughable.
Right.
But I deleted comments. People kept posting them. I banned people from our social media. And then finally, another researcher that I respect said, Dave, you got to look at this. And I looked. I watched a video. I watched another. I watched 20, 30, 40 videos. And then I said, that's it. I'm going to go in and debunk this thing. And for 2 weeks, I tried to debunk it. And then I realized that my beliefs about the ball Earth that we live on are crazier than people believing that 19 hijackers knocked 7 buildings down in Manhattan.
Right.
With 2 airplanes.
Now, speaking of that, tell us where you were on 9/11, how that went down for you.
I live right on in Connecticut on the edge of New York. I have a clear shot down Long Island Sound to Lower Manhattan. I was packing my bag, listening to Howard Stern. Had a great story with Pamela Anderson on.
Howard
and
Stern.
All of a sudden, Gary walks in and says a plane hit the tower, and they're talking about it. So I'm listening to that. I'm watching CNN. I'm packing my bag. I'm getting ready to go to LaGuardia Airport to fly to Ohio. And I'm thinking, is my plane going to be delayed? And my friend who was going with me he was in Manhattan. I called him up and said, hey, look downtown. He hadn't even heard yet. And then all of a sudden the second plane supposedly hit. Our phones went dead. And I realized, I think my flight is going to be canceled. It hadn't really kicked in yet. And I decided to turn off the TV and go down to the shoreline and watch from the beach. And it was the clearest day ever. To this very day. And
see,
I had
it's kind of funny because a lot of people don't realize you can be in Connecticut, look all the way down the Long Island Sound and see Manhattan like that.
Without binoculars, you can see the windows.
But
what's
what's so funny about that to me is once you plug in the fact that it turns out the Earth isn't round, there's no curvature to worry about there, then it makes a lot more sense that you could see that.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that back then. I mean, it's only like 27 miles or somewhere between 27 and 30 miles to where it was. But it was literally such a clear day. I could see it. And I had a pair of high-powered binoculars. So I was looking through the binoculars when the first building went poof. And it really had me perplexed. And because where I live, half the people work on Wall Street, it was not a topic that I could bring up questioning it because the trauma in my town. So for 4 years, I kind of investigated quietly. And then finally, I just couldn't keep my mouth shut anymore. And, I started talking about it.
And am I correct in, I believe I've got this information right, you knew, or you had done business with a company inside the tower.
Yeah, the New York Institute of Finance. I think that was the name of them. And I had been in there 2 weeks before. I was actually scheduled to be in there I'm not sure if it was on the 11th or it was just before, and I had to cancel because I had to go to Ohio. Well, Ohio. Um, I had to cancel the my trip in there because I was going away. So I wasn't there, and
Hey, real
I
sorry,
had been in there. I've been in there multiple times. I've been up.
Dave. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but you for a second there you paused for and
I'm trying to remember. I keep saying Ohio. For some reason, I'm having a brain fart. If that's where the company I worked for, I worked for a company called Danner, Wilcox Press at the time.
right.
No, that was in Ithaca. I worked for two companies. One was in Ithaca, one was in Ohio. So I was going to Ohio at the time.
No, I got you. I was just afraid. Like, I fear you going quiet for even a second like that. I'm afraid they're going to come and black bag you like they did.
Oh,
your...
no.
Okay.
No. But because I don't have the details, like where was I flying? People say I wasn't flying at all.
No,
Whatever.
I don't sweat
No.
that stuff. I don't sweat little details. Like, look, people, memories.
Yeah, it's the little details like that. It was Ohio. Where is the Football Hall of Fame? Canton, Ohio, right?
Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, so it's Ohio. That's where I was going.
Sure. All right. So yeah, you knew people in there. You'd been in the building, what, like a week before?
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before. And then you actually called up your contacts in the building there on 9/11.
I couldn't get through to them right away, and I'm not sure if I got through to them. I think it was later that day, or I'm pretty sure it was on 9/11, and they said, yeah, they all got out okay. But I have to tell you, looking back on it now, knowing what I know now, there was something weird about it.
Right.
There was something weird about the way that she told me that they all got out okay and don't worry.
It was like almost too reassuring.
Yeah, it was just, but that could just be my imagination over time.
No, I understand that. But you actually knew two people who supposedly passed away during 9/11, which makes...
I used to say I had lost two. I had two friends that died on 9/11. They both worked for Cantor Fitzgerald, and they're gone. I believe that they're dead.
Are there names on the memorial?
Yeah, there are.
So you could actually go look them up and everything.
But people say that they're fake names. People say that they're both Jewish, which very well, which is which is true. But I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Yeah, are you Jewish, Dave?
That's what I was told when I was born. I have no proof of it otherwise.
Okay, because your last name is Weiss. So
Yeah.
All right.
So
why don't you do this for us then? Give us as far as through your research what you believe happened that day, as close as you can come to it. Obviously, you don't have you don't know everything, but what you believe happened that day.
From the research I've done, what happened on 9/11, 9/11 was planned before the towers were built through the Rockefeller Foundation. It was planned in advance. That's hard for people to wrap their mind around because we have a hard time figuring out what we're doing next weekend.
Right.
But they make these plans, 33 years after they were built. They came down on September 11th. There's a lot of different theories out there, but there's really only one set of proof. And I believe that those towers were taken down with a weapon that you and I don't have all of the vocabulary to understand and talk about. So, I believe that a directed energy weapon was used. And there's tons of proof for that. What happened was, the news media, I was actually just today, somebody posted the actual news feed for 5 hours on the morning of 9/11, uninterrupted, what we saw on 9/11. And I watched it, and it's very convoluted. Now that you look at it again, it's like, wow, that was so incredibly obviously orchestrated. To tell us the buildings collapsed, Osama bin Laden, within seconds they knew it was him. They kept repeating his name, and everyone's banging the war drums. But, what happened on 9/11, we don't have the words for it. The buildings turned to dust in midair.
Right.
Therefore, there is a weapon that can turn buildings to dust
in midair. Do you think this has happened any time before that event or since?
Yeah, yeah, it happened at Oklahoma bombing, Oklahoma, the federal building
Right,
bombing,
right.
and I also believe Mount St. Helen was a test for a directed energy weapon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another,
That would be a
ano-
good test too.
Another researcher brought that to me because if you look at the explosion of Mount St. Helen and you look at what happened on 9/11, they are very, very similar.
Right.
As far as the aftermath with the fine dust and everything. That is just a theory that a bunch of people are looking into. But
Well,
it
I've got
it,
three. I've got three more questions for you on this.
go
Then.
ahead.
Because this is stuff you hear all the time when this gets brought up. So let's just get it out there. Number one, were there people in the buildings then?
That's such a good question. There's people that will say that nobody died on 9/11, that there were no floors in the building.
Right.
The building was just a giant radio mast or free energy harvesting machine. I could tell you that that is partially not true. And when I say partially not true, is I have no proof that the majority of those floors were filled on 9/11 because each floor is a building by itself. If the elevators don't stop at that floor, you don't know what's on that floor. So was the building ever fully occupied? I don't know.
Right.
But I can tell you from personal experience of being in the lobby where there is, full security and elevators that are going up and elevators. I saw tens of thousands of people flowing in and out of those buildings during rush hour. And even during the day, just a lunchtime or even midday, there is never less than the two or three empty escalator steps without people on them.
Right.
Leading up to the elevators. So there was a lot of people in and out of that building. So, there were people in the building. Was the building 90% unoccupied? I don't know. Did 3,000 people die in 9/11? Absolutely not. Nobody
Certainly.
died on airplanes. And I think less than 500 people
Well, that's
died.
the second question then. What did they see in the sky? What were those airplanes if they weren't airplanes?
From what I've obtained, nobody really saw anything. We all saw it on TV. We heard it on the radio. They painted a picture. They played the CGI cartoons on the television
Right.
100 times in a row, for days to beat it into our head.
Right.
But people say, what about the thousands of people on the street? Well, you know what? There wasn't thousands of people on the street. They got rid of they evacuated the area rather quickly. And if you've been into Manhattan, it's hard to see the tops of those towers unless you're right underneath them or very far away because buildings will block your view.
Right.
Because you can't see it. So, and people say, well, I saw the airplanes hit, and I've talked to several people that have, and the honest ones say, well, I heard an airplane, I turned away, and then I turned back and saw the explosion.
Now, Dave, I'm not trying to do a gotcha moment here, but I just want to do this for clarity.
Sure.
Earlier, when you were describing seeing the event from your vantage point, you did say when the second plane hit.
No. I said when the tower went poof. And that's when I said poof, I don't want to say it collapsed. I don't want to say it exploded.
Okay.
So I say it went poof.
Okay.
The second plane hit. I was on the telephone in front of my TV, got disconnected with my customer, and then I went to the beach.
Okay.
And then I watched the first tower come down.
Okay.
And then the second one, and then I left to go get my
that's
kids.
just for clarity then. So third question, and this is the one we get the most often and something we're trying to address on the show tonight. And then I'll let you go. And I want to say thanks a lot for joining us on the show tonight, Dave. But
Sure.
Last question. In what way, if any, were the Jews involved?
When people say the Jews, I mean, there is
Jews.
I believe that the Jews were literally a club, not necessarily of an ethnic disorder. And the Jewish people are heavily involved in our government, in our media, so you want to say the Jews are involved. Well, guess what? I was born Jewish. I know nothing about these people. I'm not,
Right.
You can't lump everybody in. There's evil people. And guess what? There's a lot of evil Jews out there, and there's a lot of other evil people out there. So anyone that was involved in 9/11, they're not good people, but there's a lot of people that were not Jews that were involved in 9/11. If my website gets back up, I've got great videos, deepinsidetherabbithole.com. You can check out my YouTube channel, DITRH, stands for deepinsidetherabbithole.com.
Right.
I'll announce there when the website's up, but there's a lot of good 9/11 videos there. And also my Exposing the Big Three Facebook page.
Dave, thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck. I hope it's nothing too sinister going on with the website, because I did find that very strange when I went there. There was a moment where my heart kind of sank, because I thought, oh, is this it? You know, is it gone for good? Maybe there would be no way to contact you.
It's interesting. I don't know what's going on with it.
We're in Brooklyn, so when you get back in town, we'd love to have you on and hear, you know, the whole flat Earth thing, the whole Sandy Hook thing, all of it. I want to hear it all.
Yeah, they'll also tune into my Facebook page, Ball Earth Skeptic, and just get yourself acquainted there with some of the videos I post. You know, especially if you think it's the most ridiculous thing you ever heard, start watching some videos and find me one proof. I put a challenge out there. Find me one proof that that the Earth is a spinning ball flying through space in 4 different directions at once, and I'll give it up.
Exactly. All right, Dave, thank you so much.
All right, take it easy. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Weiss. And we'll be right back after this.
Cancer in the butthole. God's gonna put a cancer in the butthole of every sodomite. Every sodomite's butthole will get cancer in the butthole. It'll burn and burn and burn. They won't be able to sit down because of the burning in their butthole. He can't sit down. He's got a burning in his butthole. He's got a fire. He's got a flame coming out of his butthole. God's going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. If you thought that AIDS was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet until you see the flaming butthole. Your butthole will be flaming, and you will not be able to sit down until you have a flame coming out of your butthole. And there'll be people walking around all over America with flames coming out of their butthole. And everyone who takes it up the rear, everyone who has a penis injected in his butthole, when that penis comes out, the flame will start burning, because ain't nobody gonna stick no penis in that flame. That flame will be an eternal flame coming out of the butthole of every sodomite. Flame coming out of the butthole, flame coming out of your butt. That man pulls that penis out of you, a flame is gonna come out, and nobody will ever stick a penis in your butthole again, because it will be on fire. You ain't seen nothing till you see the flame coming out of T.D. Jake's butt. Lightning bug got a flame coming out of his butt, and all flames shooting out of their behinds. You're gonna see the power of God.
That's a message for the Jews out there who did 9/11. You will see a flame come out of your butthole. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is These Colors Never Run and They Don't Hide. The Pod Awful 9/11 2016 Crashtacular. Never forgive, never forget. Absolutely nothing can melt steel beams. And speaking of steel beams, we will, at the end of the show, get to the bottom on whether or not steel beams can be melted by jet fuel, or anything for that matter. I don't believe steel beams can melt. That's my personal belief. I don't believe they have the ability to do that. Now, this is a story. By the way, thanks again to Dave for coming on the show. That guy's Looney Tunes in his fucking brain. This guy is... This story, you've probably already heard it a million times, but I feel like on a beautiful 9/11 like today, we'd be remiss for not covering it. This is the mattress store that decided it would be a good idea to mock 9/11 for a sale. Somebody posted this in our Facebook group, podawful.com/group. Join our Facebook group. The show never ends over there. Lots of comments on that one.
King mattress, swing price. King mattress, swing price. Store-wide sale all day long.
Okay, so this is real. I thought this was a joke the first time I saw it, which is why I never brought it up. But this little mattress store, I don't know where this is. I think San Antonio, Texas. They thought it'd be a good idea to have a 9/11 Twin Towers sale. And then they stacked up mattresses and had two guys fall into it going, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, if you're like me, Dave Weiss, and all the smart people out there, and you know 9/11 was an inside job, the Jews did it, and no one actually died that day, then you wouldn't find this to be tasteless. But, of course, most people do find this tasteless. So very strange Strange choice on their part. Now, this is a news segment covering this.
We'll never forget.
She says, we'll never forget at the end. That sounds like a sketch. I thought for sure that was like Funny or Die was putting that. I paid no attention to it because I thought it was a lame joke, but it's not. And by the way, people were asking before the show, where's my co-host David Ray Martinez, a.k.a. David Gay Fartinez? I'm sorry to inform you, but David actually did fall with Building 7, so he is now a dead skull man, and we will never forget him.
New at 5, that is just a snippet of an ad right in San Antonio that is causing outrage, with some critics calling its reference to September 11th attacks tasteless and offensive. Now,
what? How could that be tasteless and offensive? I don't see it at all. And keep in mind, guys, if you want to call in, the phone number 480-38-AWFUL, or you can Skype in at any time. The Skype name, Pod Awful, 480-38-AWFUL, Skype name Pod Awful. Let me know where you were on 9/11. If you have any 9/11 stuff we should cover for this Crashtacular, anything at all 9/11 related, we're talking about it tonight. What you think about this news story, anything at all. We are live, as we are every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, over at podawful.tv. Podawful.tv.
the ad you saw there showed 2 stacks of mattresses piled up, then collapsing to the ground, while the owner of the store says, "We will never forget." News 4 San Antonio's Amanda Weber.
It's like he's doing the commentary I'm doing. It's like, and then she said that hilarious phrase. We got a chat room, and Angie and Caleb in the chat room say it triggered a lot of folks. This whole video triggered a lot of people, I guess, which makes sense. Cute Pico says it's an insult to pretend that actually happened. Oh, slam. Angry German says 9/11 Twin Towers fire sale. Everything must go, I guess. Turn the phone. Oh, my God. Patrick got me again. Guys, I'm not good at this. I'm not a smart man. The phone line is off, and this is totally my fault. This happened on our, what's it called, Craigslist roulette show. In case you don't realize, I run everything for the show. All right, the phone line should be on. I run everything live during the show, all the camera switching, all the sound, everything. I do it all, even when David's here. So it's very tough. It's a very tough job. All right, the phone line is now open. I usually keep it closed. There we go. My bad, guys. Hello. Oh, fuck. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I know this voice anywhere. I always recognize this voice when it's the real Patrick, a.k.a. PM Bailey, one of our, not only one of our biggest fans, but one of our top researchers when it comes to 9/11. Patrick, how are you?
Well, I've had a long day today, but I've got a flaming butthole with all those GMO chips.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that you've got a flaming butthole, but Patrick, thanks for calling in. Happy 9/11 to you. I hope you'll.
Well,
never
happy
forget.
9/11 to you, Jeff.
We've had 15 beautiful years of a post 9/11 world, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Of course, in that time, gay marriage was legalized, weed was legalized where you now live, and now you're a pathead.
I like weed.
Now, you've called into the show a bunch of times
I
recently.
like weed.
Oh, boy, I heard you. You called into the show a bunch of times recently, Patrick, to let me know what you think about black people and to let me know that you think Jews did 9/11. We knew you were a 9/11 truther, but what we didn't know was how much hatred you had for the Jews. So I do want to find out from you, what do you think when it comes to the Jews and how they were involved?
Well, before that, last Sunday, it was impossible for that Patrick Bailey to have been me.
What are you talking
Because
about?
I was on a fucking airplane.
No, I don't think so. Again, I knew it was you just now. I know your voice anywhere, Patrick. That was you that called in. Patrick's been calling into the show a lot lately, and he's been... Look, I get it. You're embarrassed because you were high and you were openly racist, but it's fine.
But I'm not racist. You've seen my pictures from Denver.
That's true.
I just hang out with the black people.
That's true, but a lot of racist people. It's like the Republicans with the gays. They're all fucking other dudes in the bathrooms and then writing laws saying you can't fuck a dude. So.
Which bathroom?
You know the bathroom. So Patrick, let's keep to the point though. We are observing 9/11. We want to keep this civil. We want to keep this as a day of remembrance. So let's talk about how the Jews were involved.
Well, I think that you guys sent me down the whole Jews path, and so I did do a little bit of research.
Okay.
And it seems like that they were the people that it was like the government was the first person they could blame, but they were one person beyond the government. So the Jews did it all. And then they said it was the airplanes, which probably had no people on them, and the buildings were probably empty.
Yeah.
But if that fell through, then we just blame it on the government, and still no one's talking about the Jews. Even when I look up the Jews, there's not a lot of people talking about it, but it's clear they've done it.
It's obvious.
They did everything. The property manager, what's his fucking name? Was Larry Silverstein. That's Jew all the way around.
Sorry, you mean Larry Silverstein.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so, and you know, one of the most interesting parts to me, Patrick, and I'm sorry to interrupt the mattress video, guys, but we'll get back to that. One of the most interesting parts about this to me is ever since then, we see over and over again all this Jewish propaganda. Oh, hello there. No, Jews are the good people. Stop. Hey, remember Hitler? Oh, boy, we really suffered. And, you know, what's come out since then? We found out the Jews were lying about being enslaved in Egypt. That shit never happened. We found out that...
And how much did the Holocaust?
And how much did the Holocaust? It turns out not 6 million. No, no, no.
I don't think so.
And finally, the final nail in the coffin here, Patrick. I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much. The final nail in the coffin here, Patrick, is this piece of Jewish propaganda. It's really sickening. Check this out. I already had this ready to go.
Scared to wear traditional clothing.
Jews are trying to convince you they're good, and I don't trust it. They're putting out propaganda videos. They're putting out music videos. It says Jewish pride. Oh, shit. Never saw this shit coming. Not from the Jew boys. The Jews are back in town. The Jews are back in town. Yeah. Jewish and I'm proud.
Where we go, we got that Jewish flow. We let the world know.
Jewish flow. Words never spoken before.
It's hell night, we shout it loud. I'm Jewish and I'm proud. No matter where we go, we got that Jewish flow. We let the world know we're Jewish and we're proud.
Yeah, Hayden in the chat room says, this ain't your grandma's Jews. This is updated 2016 Jews 2.0.
I got God on my side, got my keep it up high, my tits down low, cause I know I got a show on my friends and my foes. I'm Jewish and I'm proud, and I sing it till I'm blue. Now that you all know it's true, won't you wanna sing it too?
Cause I'm proud, we're
Jewish
proud.
rap, guys.
Sing it together, no matter what.
See, and you know what that is? That's called conditioning, ladies and gentlemen. They're conditioning to make you think, oh, Jews, black people, same thing. They're both oppressed minorities. No, they're not. They're running the banks. They're 9/11ing all our buildings.
I'm Jewish and I'm proud. No matter where we go, we got that Jewish
This is
flow.
insane.
We let the world know we're Jewish and we're proud. Jewish pride, heads held high. We shout it loud. I'm Jewish and I'm proud. No matter where we go,
Just remember the last time you shouted it loud.
we let the world know we're Jewish and we're proud.
And though some try to take us down from Israel to France in our homes and our towns, you can send all your terrorists, chief, I'm a screaming.
Hezbollah or Hezballers, Banana Aaron says in the chat room.
Protect us from my enemies and foes, and I'll always be the proudest of my
Q Piku says they are proud to destroy America.
We are the
Oh my god.
chosen.
Oh my god.
We are the chosen.
Now they're showing now they're showing famous Jews, and it's all literally guys that run shit. Oh my god. I didn't watch the video that far. It's literally former Mayor Ed Koch, and then Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Who was the other one they show? Oh, Joe Lieberman. Those are their famous Jews they're showing. Yeah, you're a oppressed minority. Look at this. Steven Spielberg. And of course, our favorite Jew, Spitterman. the only Jewish superhero. He swings around New York, and he solves crimes when he doesn't have his allergies. So, wait, who was that? Who was that last one? Elena Kagan. Does anybody know who Elena Kagan? Oh, she's probably the one that did 9/11. That's probably like a secret little wink amongst the Jews, where they're like, "Remember what Elena did? Huh? Do you remember what Elena was up to 15 years ago today?" You need to be terrified of any group of people that claim they're the chosen ones. That's not okay. That's terrifying. You shouldn't allow people to walk around and just, I mean, that's, all right. People want to talk about white supremacy. That is literally supremacy. There's nothing more supremacy-y than that, than claiming you're the chosen ones. Jewish pride. So I'm reading some of the comments on the YouTube video now. Wow, just wow, this video is very racist. Israel needs more immigrants so they too can have the wonders of diversity. The ethno-state is so 19th century. All right, too much for me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's part of the Jewish conspiracy. I think we learned a lot 9/11 wise tonight. I don't know what you guys think. Let's finish up with this mattress thing. So this, remember the lady, she had a mattress fire sale for 9/11. They knocked down the mattress Twin Towers, and now the news is covering it. San Antonio, Texas.
Talk with the owner of the store, who's now apologizing. Amanda?
Well, Randy, Miracle Mattress is located just off 410, and they've already taken that ad off of their Facebook page. But you can see where here today they've apologized to the public, and the comments continue to grow.
We are not hate. We are love. We are somebody that stands out. We're Miracle Mattress. We make miracles happen.
What? All right, this might be part of the conspiracy too. We're Miracle Mattress. We're people that stand out. We make miracles happen. Does she really buy her own shit? Is this what they're saying on their commercials? And she's like, I know, we make miracles happen. We've literally made miracles happen, okay?
And for our lives to be in danger, that's not what we ever wanted.
Charisse Bonanno says she didn't realize this 20-second ad would cause
You didn't want your lives to be in danger? Bizarre.
It was a stupid idea that we sent out. We apologize for our stupidity, and we really hope you forgive us for what we've done.
Bonanno says they filmed the ad earlier this week, wanting to get the word out that they would be having a twin tower.
As I said in the Facebook group, this woman is a magical kind of hideous. She is so, it's a miracle how hideous she is. She's got a disgustingly gigantic, meaty, like hamburger meat mole on her lip. She is at least 600 pounds if she's a day.
Sale for the anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks this weekend. But to many on social media, the concept of the sale was immediately taken as offensive.
You don't see people making fun of things that happen at Pearl Harbor.
Yikes. And then we got this bitch. Look at her. Every woman in San Antonio is a land whale.
When
you can hear her baby in the back. Mama! You know that's a little fucking honey boo-boo off there. This is the bitch who's complaining about the 9/11 commercial too. So she's here because she thinks, maybe I'll get a free mattress out of this. Do you have a California King? That's just for me. My husband and I sleep on separate beds.
You know, the Japanese attacked us. You don't see people making fun of
She's wearing Coke bottle glasses. Her eyes look all huge.
Any other war. So why is a terrorist attack on such monumental buildings okay?
Yeah. Yeah, those buildings were too monumental for you to make fun of.
Having a twin tower sale is the most tasteless.
Another fucking fatty. Look at this butter goblin. What are you doing in I know everything in Texas is big, but Jesus Christ. There's not a pretty woman in this whole video, including the news anchors. You'd think the news would at least have like one hot-ass blonde bitch, but nah.
Thing I've ever heard.
In the video, you see the 2 piles of mattresses. Bonanno says they plan to have 2 towers of mattresses depicting the once standing towers in New York City.
And then they knocked them down. Are you retarded?
It's offensive to everybody. It should be offensive to Americans. And as an American...
They do, by the way, look a little bit Muslim. Which is our also our enemy.
Making the video, and especially living in San Antonio, I don't know how you could perceive that as not being...
Wait, especially living in San Antonio? You know San Antonio wasn't attacked, right? This woman, she thinks she's literally the center of her own universe because she's so fat she has her own orbit.
Offensive as funny or a creative marketing. That's not what it is.
Were the Twin Towers buy one, get one free? No, it was buy two towers, get building 7 free.
We'll never forget.
Now Miracle Mattress says they will donate 30% of their sales this weekend to the 9/11 Foundation.
Yo, that'll do it. See, look, this is the hottest woman they could pull for the whole fucking video, is their reporter. And you would think she'd be all right, but no, this woman only looks okay by comparison to the massive tumors that were women that we just saw. Also, she is wearing a pound of makeup. Take a look at this. Look how close. Look at this close up. Her face is so much whiter than the rest of her body because of how much makeup they had to pile on it just to make her look semi-presentable. This might be the ugliest town I've ever seen on the news.
And Miracle Mattress closed today out of fear, they say, after they received several death threats. They say they will still have a sale this weekend, but it will not be called the Twin Tower sale. Reporting live, Amanda Weber.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should have called them up. They're probably still open. It's a different time there. What's the name? Miracle Mattress in San Antonio, right? Miracle. I should have had this prepared. Why didn't I think of this before? Mattress, San Antonio. Let's get these guys. Let's see if we can get them on the phone, see if they've got any mattresses. Ooh, it says closed now. I wonder if that is because they can't take the calls anymore. Their Yelp reviews have already gone down to 1 star. I'm looking at their Yelp reviews now. Let's see if we can't get them on the phone. Uh-oh. The number was busy. So there's so many people calling them right now that we can't even connect. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh. All right, let's see what happens. Come on, Miracle I need a miracle right now, Miracle Mattress. Sorry, I didn't realize I was leaving a message. Okay, hi, Miracle Mattress. My name's Jesse. I think that the backlash against you guys is too much, and was hoping to pick up a mattress today. Give me a call back, 480-382-9385. I think you guys are great. I liked the commercial, and I don't know what everyone is so upset about. Thanks. All right, maybe they'll call me back. Maybe we can have them on the show. Maybe we'll let it die down a little bit, and I'll try to get the Miracle Mattress lady on the show. Hopefully she doesn't see the part where I said she looks like a special kind of ugly. By the way, I am drinking Daddy's medicine right now. Sorry I didn't go over to the Pot Alpha mini fridge for that. But we're so embroiled in 9/11-ness that I didn't have the time, okay? Now, speaking of being embroiled in 9/11, let's think back to the day of. Imagine being the leader of the free world. You're the leader of the free world, and you find out America's under attack. What could Bush have possibly been thinking in that moment? I mean, it's something almost unfathomable, and yet here we have footage of that moment. So what I'd like to present to you right now, this is a bit I like to call, what George Bush was thinking when he found out. Oh, we're getting a call back. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Just wanted to share my experience here.
All right, who am I speaking to?
I go by Donnie the Hedgehog.
Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Donnie the Hedgehog, do you like trains at all? Are you into model trains?
I can't say I have too much of an opinion on them, but I just kind of wanted to tell you what I experienced on that fateful day.
Okay, yeah. Where were you?
I was at home just playing away at my Sega Genesis.
All right, right.
And I all of a sudden I could just feel the voice of Mephiles the Hedgehog channeling to me from the future.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me to check the news.
Yeah.
So I go, I check the news, and there I see it, a burning tower, just what no furry wants to see.
Exactly.
So, and then I realized, I was like, why am I watching this on the news when I can just go look out my window? Because even though I'm in Canada, I can see New York from here because like there's no curvature or anything.
There's no curvature of the earth.
So,
you can look straight across.
Yeah. So I just like lift out my window and I see it, and then I notice like right next door to me is a guy. It's my neighbor with a projector, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he's projecting planes from Canada to New York.
Wow.
Can you believe this guy?
I've never heard of so. I can't even believe it.
Yeah. So, and look, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or anything about this, but
of course not.
If you didn't know, Dr. Robotnik is actually not the guy's real name. It's Dr. Robotnik Stein.
Dr. Robotnik Stein.
Yeah.
First
and,
name Eggman.
I think he might have had something to do with this. If you didn't see his little chopper going around there in New York that day, yeah, I'm just saying it could have been him.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the call, Donnie the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Don't believe anything he said. He's definitely got autism. Anybody into Sonic the Hedgehog has autism. But I have always said Eggman. That's a Jewish name. Look it up. All right. So this is what George Bush was thinking on 9/11. We have the actual footage of when he was informed that America was under attack, and this is what George Bush was thinking when he found out. All right, so he's sitting there. He's in front of the class, and then his guy comes up. America's under attack. All right. Okay, keep cool. I don't think they know. All right, poker face, Georgie, poker face. They don't know you don't know how to read. He said something about terrorism, or did he say bearism? Are we under attack by bears? Oh, God, it's my worst nightmare come to life. Bears. Okay, all right, and that's a bit we call, what was George Bush thinking during 9/11 when he was sitting there in that classroom that day? Beautiful segment. And speaking of leaders of the free world, poor sick Hillary. Poor sick Hillary. I don't know if you guys know this. Hillary Clinton was here in New York. I'm in New York, by the way, in case you guys don't know. I live right here. I was recently at the 9/11 memorial not too long ago. I've been there. It's real holes in the ground. I've seen the names. That part's not a conspiracy. I've been there. Anyway, poor sick Hillary was at the 9/11 memorial today, and something very bizarre happened to her. And I do like to make fun of Hillary Clinton as much as possible. She is a disgusting witch, and it looks like she's dying, which is great. That's great news for the people. So take a close look at Hillary Clinton here at the 9/11 memorial. She's falling apart. She's leaning up against a bollard, and a van has pulled up, and now they're dragging her to the van. Her feet are literally dragging the ground, and you can see and hear metal fall out of her legs, and she fell down. Now, Secret Service agents are standing all around covering it up. It's insane. This is for real, guys. This is not a joke video. This is poor, sick Hillary. Now, again, listen very carefully. They're about to drag her feet across the ground because she can't walk at all. This is a woman running for president. She cannot walk. And if you look very closely at her ankle, the ankle you can see right now, and if you listen very closely, you'll hear a little piece of metal, and you'll see a little piece of metal fall out of her pants leg. This is not a Hillary's a robot joke. This is really happening. We live in a world where this happened in real life on 9/11. There it was. Could you hear it? I don't know if you can see it. There's a zoomed in version. I should have pulled that up. And now they're dragging her. So they drag her off the curb, and she just fucking collapses. She's about to fucking eat it on the footstep on the van. And now the Secret Service people are looking around like, oh shit, people are going to see this and they're going to know her terrible secret. And they start crowding around and blocking the camera's view. And they're acting like, yeah, no, this is totally normal. This is how a presidential candidate should act. Ladies and gentlemen, sick Hillary. Disgusting. And that is why I am voting King Trump, okay? King Trump isn't, his prosthetics aren't going to fall apart when he visits the World Trade Center Memorial. In fact, he's not going to visit it. He knows the Jews did it. He's not going to go there. He's going to build a wall around New York City so planes can't fly into it anymore. And that's going to be that. Let's see what they're saying in the chat room about that. I'm still going robot, B-Plop says. Towers aren't the only things falling on 9/11, Hayden says. Very good. I'm going to guess that was her batteries. Yeah, again, I think what happened is I think she's got an orthopedic sort of device, and that's what fell apart there. Poor seizure grandma. Impathor is calling sick Hillary poor seizure grandma. That's her name. Seizure grandma. She's an outdated model. CBC News is still acting like it's a conspiracy. Why are they calling her sick Hillary instead of Hillary? Very good, Banana Aaron. You coined it, and we're doing it. From now on, she's Hillary. Hillary Clinton. All right, Hillary. I like it. So that is sick Hillary, a.k.a. Hillary. Finally, we got one last thing to do. We do need to figure out if jet fuel can melt steel beams. That is a tradition on the CRASHTACULAR. Every year we try to find out about steel beams, how steel is affected by fuel, that sort of thing. So let's call up. This is a company that stores in giant tanks, stores fuel, and we're going to try to see if we can get to the bottom of it. I have no idea who the person on the other end is answering or what they even know. We just want to find out the truth. Guys, we're here for the hashtag truth. Okay, let's give him a call. It's the CRASHTACULAR. Hashtag truth.
Graphic.
Hey there. I'm not sure if I've got the right person and if I'm supposed to talk to Michael or what, but I had a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
Who's Mike?
Michael Morganti.
Okay.
Is that who I'm speaking to?
No, he's the terminal manager. He'll be in the morning.
Oh, gotcha. No problem. Well, let me see if you can just answer this for me. I know you guys do a lot of storage there. I was just wondering, are the tanks steel or what are they made of?
Oh, I'm not the right person to be talking to. I'm sorry.
Any ideas? Is there anyone you could even just say, hey, do you know?
No.
You guys
Sorry.
store? You guys store fuel though, right?
I just answer the phones.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I could transfer you. You could leave a message for Mike.
Yeah, transfer me. I do need to know this as soon as
No
possible because
problem.
I'm
Hold on
probably
just
going to
a
have to
moment.
have you guys get rid of all the fuel. I'm from Homeland. We did do this 2 years ago, but somebody asked me to do this again.
Begin recording your message at the tone. When you have finished, you may press the pound key or hang up.
Hey, Michael, it's Dan down at State. Listen, had a few questions coming from HQ. Wanted to know if you can get back to me as soon as possible on this. I'm over in the Arizona offices. My phone number is 480-382-9385. Again, this is Dan. Just if you can answer a couple quick questions for me. I'm just looking to see, are most of your tanks made of steel, number one, and how much fuel are you storing in the New Jersey area there? Fuel specifically, not the rest of the chemicals. Just had a few questions about the fuel, the steel, maybe their interactive properties. If there's ever been any sort of melting or anything, just get back to me as soon as possible. Again, this is Dan. Word came down from HQ. They had a few questions, and get back to me ASAP on that, okay? Happy 9/11. All right, and we end that call. So there you go. We didn't, once again, government bureaucracy has gotten in the way of finding out if jet fuel can melt steel beams. But I'll tell you what I've believed all along. Absolutely nothing can melt steel beams. You know what? Let's give him a call back real quick. I don't know if it's going to be the same guy or not, but I just want to, just real quick. Oh, God. Phone farted.
Hello, traffic. It's Danny.
Hey, this is Dan again. I think I just spoke to you, right? You transferred me over to the
That
mic?
was me, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just real quick, and I hate to bug you. I left a message from Michael. This is I'm on sort of a timeline here. It's an urgent sort of thing. Again, I know you don't know about the tanks or anything. What info could I get from you? Like, what would you be able to tell me?
Who are you?
I'm Dan from HQ. I'm in the Arizona offices right now.
Of what?
I'm part of I-33 Shipping and Fuel Supplies. So we're trying to, as quickly as possible, because we've got something coming into Bayonne there very quickly here, and we do need to know just the makeup of these tanks. I mean, this is the only number I have for you guys. I don't know.
Right.
Is there another
number?
number?
There's nobody else here at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday, and I'm really sorry, but I can't help you.
I understand. What is this line for, then?
This is the 24/7 hour answering service. That's all we are.
Okay, so what do people typically call for? Like, what info can they get from you then? Because I'm just trying to find anybody here.
Yeah, you're going to have to try back in the morning. All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, it seems very strange. All right, you're trying to impede. Okay. All right, there you go. Seemed a little suspicious. You know what? We're going to give him a call one more time. I don't like his attitude. We're just going to give him a call one more time. 24/7 hour, they're pointing out in the chat. I heard that too. Yeah, he did not want to talk. I'm sorry, hello?
Yes.
Hey there. Dan, sorry, Danny, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, sorry. The attitude was a little unnecessary. Can I get your name, your full name?
Man, you're going to have to call back in the morning.
I just need your full name, your last name.
You don't need my full name. I don't even know who you are.
Well, when I call back in the morning, I'd like to have your name.
That's fine. You can call back in the morning.
What is your full name?
I've transferred you to who you asked to be transferred to, and you left a message.
I
That's
appreciate
what you told
that,
me, correct?
Danny. Can I get your last name?
No, you can't. Thank you very much for calling. Have a
Is
good
it
night.
Steinberg? Okay. I didn't like that. This is the best answering service in the world. Seriously, what is the point of this answering service? Can everybody call this number? It's 201-437-2200. 201-437-2200. I have no idea what the point of this number is. Why is it a 24/7 service if the guy knows nothing and can't help with anything? Don't like your attitude, Danny. I have a feeling you're part of the conspiracy. It just so happens the only 24/7 hour fuel storage place in the New York tri-state area. It's the only one I could find. It's the only people that might be able to tell us the interactive properties between jet fuel and steel. And yet, every time I call, I don't know nothing, I can't help you, call back some other time. Very interesting on a 9/11 Crashtacular. Never forgive, never forget. These colors don't run and they don't hide. Absolutely nothing can melt steel beams. Very interesting. Well, guys, we got through another one. That was it. We didn't learn much. I want to thank David Weiss for telling us everything he knows, and maybe one day we'll have him on the show and really figure out this whole flat earth deal. Because, gosh, I mean, what? What? You looked at the evidence and that's what you came up with? All right. Glovesbat says, tell him you're showing up with a paddle. QPQ says he only answers questions on the 24/7 hour. Call him back and tell him you love him. No, I think we'll leave Danny alone. He's having a rough night, I think. Sorry, I mean Danny. Jews did 9/11. Thanks, Patrick, for letting us know. And, God damn it, I didn't prepare the outro again. I'm really bad at doing a show. Until next time, have an awful... Oh, join the Pizza Fund. Please, for the love of God, join the Pizza Fund. podawful.com/support. It's our Patreon. Join that. All right, bye. That's it. Have an awful day.
Thanks, pod people. Head over to podawful.com/iTunes and subscribe to us on iTunes. We're live every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern at podawful.tv. Love the show? Keep it going by donating to the Pizza Fund. podawful.com/support. Help keep Jesse from finally ending it all. The show never ends on Facebook. Join our group at podawful.com/group. Watch all our videos on YouTube. Subscribe at youtube.com/podawful. Hey, stupid girls! We're on all your favorite social media platforms. The name is always Pod Awful. See you on Instagram or whatever. And anything else you need is at podawful.com.